Hello everyone, I'm Amulya BR of Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering and I belong to the branch CACAI. So today I'm back with another video on the subject Research Methodology and Intellectual Property Rights and on the topic Geographical Indications. So now let us see what we're going to learn today. The contents are Introduction to Geographical Indication, Acts, Laws and Rules that pertain to geographical indications, Ownership of GI, Rights granted to the holders, Procedure for geographical indication registration, Documents required for registration, and the conclusion. So now let us see the introduction to GI. Geographical indication is a form of intellectual property protection that identifies a product as originating from a specific geographical region where a particular quality, reputation, or characteristic of a product is essentially attributable to its geographical origin. The products eligible for GI protection typically exhibit unique qualities or attributes, methods that are deeply rooted in the geography, climate, soil, and traditional knowledge of that region. So these characteristics contribute to the product's distinctiveness and reputation in the marketplace. So the examples of product protected by geographical indication includes wines, that is any kind of champagnes, and chess, the agricultural products such as basmati rice, etc., and handicrafts such as Murano glass, and traditional foods such as the Kobe beef. So now let us see the acts, laws and rules of geographical indication. So first is the TRIPS, that is the agreement on trade related aspects of intellectual property rights. So this agreement on trade related aspects of intellectual property rights, it is administered by the World Trade Organization, that is WFO, WTO, which provides a framework for the protection of geographical indications at an international level. So then is the geographical indication of goods, that is the Registration and the Protection Act that came in 1999 in India. So this provides for the registration and protection of geographical indications in India. The Geographical Indications Registry administers the registration process. Various international organizations such as World Intellectual Property Organization, that is WIPO, will provide support and guidance on the protection of geographical indications. And then we also have the National Authority and Registers oversee the registration, the management, the enforcement of geographical indications within their respective jurisdictions. And then the enforcement mechanism for geographical indications may include civil remedies, administrative actions, and criminal penalties for infringements, and also dispute resolution procedures such as administrative hearings, court proceedings, and arbitration may be available to address conflicts related to the registration, use, or the protection of geographical indications. So now let us move on to the ownership of GI. So geographical indication protection will offer several benefits to the producers, consumers and the local economies. For producers, it provides market differentiation or the brand recognition and enhanced market access, which leads to the increased sales or high prices for their products. For consumers, it will benefit as the reassurance of quality, the authenticity, while the local communities will benefit from the economic development, the job creation, and cultural preservation. So, there are types of ownership of GI. So, maybe it can be the collective ownership. So, in this, the geographical indications are typically owned collectively by producers, associations, or communities that are associated with the geographic origin of the product. So these entities will often collaborate for applying of the GI protection establish the quality standards, and promote the reputation of the GI. So, and then we have the intellectual property rights. So GI indications are considered as the form of intellectual property, but they differ from the trademarks or patents. The primary protection of origin of a product rather than the individual brand or inventions. So GI protection is often managed by collective organizations or public authorities rather than the individual rights holders. So this is nothing but the community rights. And then we have the community involvement. So communities and stakeholders associated with the geographical indication will play a crucial role in the management and governance. Participatory approaches that involve local producers, associations, and authorities are essential for ensuring the sustainability and integrity of the GI systems. Now let us move on to the rights granted to the owners. So these are of many types. So that are the exclusive use. Owners of GI will have the exclusive right to use geographical indication to label and market the products that possess specified geographical origin and quality standards. So, and then we have the legal protection. So in this, the GIs are legally protected under intellectual property laws or any specific regulation in many countries and the international agreements. So, and then is the enforcements. So the owners of GI have the right to enforce their exclusive rights through their legal means, such as the litigation or administrative measures against the individuals or entities that are infringing on their rights by unlawfully using the geographical indication. So, and then is the commercialization. So GIs can enhance the commercial value of products by signaling their unique geographical origin, the traditional production methods, and quality attributes to the consumers. And then is the quality control. Owners of GI are responsible for establishing and maintaining the quality standards or the production methods and production specification associated with the geographical indication. And then we have the collective management. So in many of the cases, ownership of GI is vested with the collective organizations or associations that represent the producers, growers, or the artisans from the designated geographical area. And then is the international recognition. GIs may receive international recognition and protection through treaties, agreements, or international organizations such as the WIPO and World Intellectual Property Organizations. So, and then is the cultural preservation. So, GIs will contribute to the preservation of cultural heritage, traditional knowledge, and their local identity associated with specific geographical areas and their products. Next is the procedure for GI registration. So the first step is the preparation and research. So it is to identify the product or goods for which the GI registration is to be done and to conduct a research to establish the distinctiveness and the reputation associated with the product. And then is the formation of producer group or association. So this comprises the producers, growers, or other stakeholders involved in the production or processing of the product. So, and then is the application submission. Prepare and submit an application for GI registration to the relevant intellectual property office or government authority for the GI protection. And then we have the examination and review. So the intellectual property office or regulatory authority will conduct an examination of the application to assess its compliance with the legal requirements and substantive criteria for the GI registration. So, and then we have the publication and opposition period. Once the examination is completed and the product or the application meets the requirements, the GI application is published in an official gazette or the registry for the public notice. So the interested parties, competitors, or stakeholders may file oppositions or objections against the GI within a specific period. And then we have the registration and publication of the GI. If there are no valid oppositions or objections or any disputes that are already resolved in favor of the applicant, the GI is registered and officially published. So the registration certificate is issued to the applicant confirming that the legal protection has been offered. And then is the protection and enforcement. The registered GI is legally protected against the unauthorized use, imitation or misuse by any sort of the third parties. And then we have renewal and maintenance. Owners of GI must maintain and renew their registration periodically as per the requirement of relevant intellectual property laws and regulations. Now let us see what are the documents that are required for the registration. So the first one is application form. So that is a completed application form that is provided by Intellectual Property Office or the regulatory authority about the product that the information must contain. So and then is the statement of case, so which will explain the uniqueness or the qualities of the product. And then is the description of the geographical area. So this is the detailed information about the geographical boundaries that are to be in the product while designing. And then the evidence of use. And then is the quality standards and specifications. That is the specification outlining the quality standards. And then is the producer consent. The consent or the authorization from producers or the entities that are the responsible for the product. And then is the publication and opposition notices, that is proof of publication of GI application, and if there are any oppositions you need to also have the documents to prove the opposition. And then is the power of attorney. So you may also require to hire a power of attorney for the procedure of registration. And then is the fees, payment of applicable fees for filing the requirements and the applications. Now we have come to the conclusion. So as global trade continues to expand, the importance of GI protection will become increasingly significant in promoting the fair competition and preventing misleading practices and supporting the local economies. So through GI protection, producers are able to safeguard their authenticity of the products, while consumers will benefit from the assurance or the quality, and the economy will benefit from the development. I thank each and everyone for watching the video completely till the end. I also request you to please like the video and share the video amongst your friends. I also make sure to come back with another video on different subject. Until then, have a good time. Thank you.